So with the release of 3.0's trailer, you might think to yourself, oh man, I'm looking forward to, get ready to explore for Sumer and start saving up for the characters, right? It's going to be all new region, all new events and content, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Until I saw Freezing FX's latest video, and there was a lot of points that really stuck out to me, so I feel like I want to talk about this. Hello everybody, this is MattRick128 here, and today I want to talk about, as an AR60 player who played Genshin from the very first version when the game was live, I wanted to talk about the state of Genshin in my personal thoughts and opinions. Now, just as the disclaimer mentioned, I am basically going to talk about my own opinions after I saw Freezing FS's latest video on apparently his rant about the state of the game that it's in. And personally, for me, I have to agree with most of the points. Like, I can understand where he is going, and this video isn't meant to rant on him any sort of way, because I respect him as a person, and I respect his value because he loves the game as much as I do. So I'm just gonna be explaining my personal thoughts about the game. So to start off, Genshin Impact is an absolute blast of a game. I never had the most amount of fun I've ever spent playing this game. I'm kind of missed that feeling ever since I, first played Garden Warfare 2 and whatnot. So, about Genshin Impact, I enjoyed a lot that the game has, and I enjoyed the open world, I enjoyed the combat system, I loved all the characters, and I love, team building and, experimenting with the best stuff that I possibly can. But I know as an AR60 player, I can admit, like me and so many other AR60 players, we can always say that there's always going to be this one issue that Genshin has that will literally force us to, drop the game entirely or just don't play it as often because we know it's going to make us upset. And about Freezing's points of, the stale content it has been, there are parts where I am indeed concerned about what Genshin's going to be going for. For example, the event system. I feel like Hoyoverse has been, doing the events like almost the exact same pattern as they have been. I feel like most of the events are starting to, feel stale, and it's a bit of like an archaic system where it's literally almost the same most predictable thing. Like the events, for example, like the I think the Sealy one that's going to be coming back, which first of all I can't wait to get to the green Sealy, by the way. I feel like to this point now, the leaks have been bombarding us, and I feel like whenever we get excited for a new content, I feel like we're just going to get completely burned out really fast because thanks to the leakers, we're pretty much spoiled with what, Genshin's gonna offer in the future. And I feel like when it comes to the content of the updates, which first of all I'm grateful that the content for version 3.0 and the downtime for the future versions is a good thing, but I feel like there's some things that are kind of holding Genshin back. For example, some of the issues would include, the resin system of this game is absolute bonkers, the artifact system is absolute AIDS. And two, I feel like we're entering into a point where the game could start getting a bit stale, because it's pretty much the same things we do over and over and over again, like do your dailies, do your resin grind, all that sort of stuff. And I feel like whenever we get some enjoyment, I feel like the simplicity of doing the same things over and over again, it's gonna bore us to death, and that's what kind of forces us to fall back. Because normally, like whenever you play Genshin, it's either you log on, do your dailies, do your resin, and log off. That's technically what you do. Because I feel like the fun will immediately get sucked off ridiculously fast in like the end game. I get that this game is there for people who casually love to play this game, and yes, I am indeed a university student just like Freezing, and I always love to play and spend time on this game because it literally is a perfect way for me to let loose my mind from all the seriousness and just enjoy playing this game with people that I love to co-op with, I love to be social with, and I love to hang around with. And I'm grateful for all of that. But I feel like that we're entering into a point where I feel like the fun is not gonna last as long, because obviously I loved this game to death because I love what Genshin really offered. But I feel like we're entering into a point where Sumeru's a big thing. And remember how people talked about, like, not a lot of people liked about Inazuma's, like, how to say it, like the regions of Inazuma being locked out in future versions? Freezing mentioned this, and I honestly agree. Like, why would you lock regions of an entire nation in, how do I say it, like 2 to 3 updates? Like, normally it's better off if you do it all in like one update. Because I feel like if Sumeru does this as well, I have to agree on Freezing's statement that Hoyoverse really doesn't care for the game, and that's how they normally want it to be played. I mean, it's their choice. Like, I'm just putting out my opinion here, and I'm still in a mixed bag because I will try my absolute best to love this game, but I'm starting to hit my breaking point on like defending that this game is literally one of the best. And you know, like, oh, if you don't like Genshin Impact, you should not play it. Yeah, first of all, that opinion is absolutely invalid, and I would honestly disagree for people who are that cheat-minded to, you know, think this way, which is absolutely bonkers. But I'm entering into a state where we have like a lot of expectations like for this game. I mean, Genshin is indeed one of the biggest games out there, and knowing how long this game is gonna last, I feel like we need to get like a good take of unique and interesting content where it's gonna keep us occupied and we're never gonna be bored of it. But that's just me, and I'm just expressing my opinion. Also, by the way, for everyone that's watching, don't be afraid to express your opinions. They always matter, and I would always be attentive to hearing your opinions and what you think. If you agree with me, that's great. If you disagree with me, that's fine. And if you're mixed, that's okay, because I just want to at least point out like what I think of this game as a whole and what I think the game should improve on. Personally, I think the game should definitely improve on trying to make content feel like a lot more diverse and unique, rather than making it become the same things over and over again. That's what I hope Hoyoverse will improve on for this game. I mean, first, for the biggest factor of 3.0, I cannot wait to explore Sumeru. Like, I really cannot wait to unleash my complete and addicting side of me that plays this game and explores and 100% like most of the regions in Sumeru day one, 10 hours, no breaks whatsoever. And I enjoy that because it's my love for exploration that makes this game so much fun to me. And also the orchestral pieces of music, like, if I have to name like a few things that Genshin has top tier that will never be bad, it will be the soundtrack, and it will also be the open world exploration. I feel like just as how they introduce a new region and like a new area, that could also be on par with the storyline as well. I mean, I love the storyline, but I just feel like Hoyoverse is just doing this in an effortless way to the point like, are they even caring for this game anymore, or do they even care about the community? But I don't know. I'm just starting to feel like they're entering it to a point where they're never gonna bother caring for this game, and all they care is about the money. I mean, like, the game is free, and normally you put so much time and effort to this game to the point where, you know, you should at least be attentive. Like, look where the first anniversary got to you. Do you think if this happens again on the second anniversary, I don't know what to think of. And even if there will ever be a second concert, but first of all, please do a second concert because I love the first one to death, then I don't know what to think now. I feel like my opinions for Genshin Impact are slowly going to start to change, and I'm probably going to be able to understand what Freezing's points are saying. But I'm speaking this from my own personal thoughts and opinions. So honestly, Hoyoverse, if I don't know if you're gonna watch this, probably not. But if you're one of those people who just stumble across this video on the internet, I hope you have the time to understand what I'm trying to prove my points for this game. I love this game to death, and I will try my absolute hardest to not think of anything negative. So yeah, I just wanted to get the video, just wanted to get this out of the way, express my thoughts and opinions. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. That'll be greatly appreciated. And I hope to see you guys next time.